Hey, sixth period. I wanted to make a video to show you guys how to do activity 16. First, let me show you how I got to this point. So, I am in Class Notebook. I went to the content library, but for you guys, you're going to want to click on your name, go to Essays, and then click on Compare and Contrast Essay. And you're going to type right on the document. That is still loading, so let me go back to my original one that was already loaded. So again, this first page is just a reminder of what we did in class, just in case you might forget what a compare and contrast essay is and different things that it has. Okay, so let's go back to activity 16. Right now we're brainstorming. You are going to write a 4 to 5 paragraph compare and contrast essay, but we're not going to worry about the essay yet. I want us to get all of our ideas out. So for number 1, you're going to choose a topic from a list or use your own idea for a topic. Now, if you do want to use your own idea, just okay it with me because some topics are really easy to compare and contrast and others are pretty tricky. So what 2 things are you going to want to compare and contrast? You can also circle one of these ideas. So for example, you can go to Draw, click on the pencil, click on the color you want. Let's see, let's say I think, well, actually, let me back up. Let's say I think that 2 professions, like 2 jobs would be interesting. I could put that right here. I, though, do have my own idea. So I'm going to click on this letter and this arrow, click, get this little text box, and I'm going to type here 2 cities. Because as I already started doing in class, I am going to compare and contrast Spokane versus New York City. Okay, so that's number 1. Then I am going to decide what am I actually comparing and contrasting. So there are 2 ways to do brainstorming. You can fill in this chart. You can also do a Venn diagram. For this, I do want you to do both because when you get to college or when you're doing classes next year, you'll get to choose your method of brainstorming. So I want you to have experience doing both. All right, so my topic is 2 cities because I got it from the top here. I'm ignoring this. That was just an example. And then my subject 1 is going to be the first thing I'm comparing. So that is, it took me a long time to do that. That is, I'm going to do Spokane. And then here, I am going to do, oh goodness, guys. See, we're all trying to figure out this technology thing, including me. Well, this will be a fun video, just watching me trying to move this box up. I'm going to get it, you guys, I promise. And we are there. Okay, now I'm going to type in New York City. So under Spokane, I'm just going to type as many things as I can think of that are unique about Spokane. So maybe I could put like access to outdoors, Rogers High School, literally the first things that come into my brain. Pacific Northwest, 4 hours from Seattle, close to Idaho, not very diverse. What else do I think of when I think of Spokane? Near Canada. So I'm just going to list everything I think of with this subject, Spokane. All right, so then I do the same thing for, guys, I'm struggling here. Let me see if I can just click it from here. There we go. Same thing for New York City. List everything I know. That's why it's good to know your 2 topics really well, because right now I'm not really doing any research, not yet at least. I'm just gonna write what's in my brain. Okay, so population is huge, very diverse, public transportation, close to New Jersey, subways. Let's see, I was going to put epidemic, but I'll put center of COVID 19, and I could list way, way more things. And I'm not going to give you a limit. I mean, I would say at least more than 3 things on each side. Just really try to do, it's called like, you're just going to dump everything out that's in your brain about these 2 places, or whatever you're comparing and contrasting. All right, activity 3. So this is something that you've seen, I'm sure, a bunch of times in like every class you take, right? A Venn diagram. So on one side, you will have, like for me, I'll put Spokane on this side. On this side, we'll have New York. And then what I'll probably just do, honestly, to make my life easier, is just write everything I have here in here. And same thing with New York. Now in the center, obviously, it'll be a little different. I'm going to have to play around with fitting stuff in here. But it will be interesting to kind of think about, well, how are these cities similar? So, I mean, I could put that they are cities. I could put that they have buses, like both New York and Spokane have buses. So, yeah. That is, oh, and sorry, we have one more part of activity 16 I almost forgot. But those are, so it's activity 16, steps 1, 2, and 3, and we have step number 4. Decide if you are going to focus on the similarities or differences between the 2 subjects, or both in your comparison essay. Then choose 3 or 4 main points of comparison you will use and list them here. What they mean by, this is probably the trickiest thing. So what they mean by 3 or 4 main points of comparison is, what are you going to talk about in order to compare and contrast them? So let me go back to my outline. I decided here that my points of comparison were the population, opportunities, and transportation, and that I was going to talk about the population for Spokane versus New York, opportunities for Spokane versus New York. Same with transportation. So when I go back down to activity 4, or step 4 rather, I am going to write those ideas. Transportation. What else did I say? Population. Honestly, you could do it in the same text box. What does it matter? As long as I can understand what you're trying to say. So transportation, population, opportunities. And I only have 3 up there, but if I had to think of another one, I could definitely do education. That might go along with opportunities. Oh, maybe it'd be more interesting than to do like the culture of the place. If you need help with this part, definitely reach out to me and let me know, because you kind of have to think about it a different way than you might be used to. All right, so that is activity 16, everybody. Please let me know if you have any questions about that. You're not going to turn this in yet. You're only going to turn it in when you're done with the whole packet. So just let me know when you're done with activity 16 and I can look at what you've got. All right, guys, talk to you soon.